Alright, what's going on, guys? So for this video, I just made a video opening some 5-star crystals. One was featured, and it made me start thinking about whether or not or there's like why I want to explain why I open featured crystals over basics, and what you guys should do. It depends what your position in, what you want to do with your account and everything, but just explain really what I think about it, featured versus basics, and really the why I do what I do, why I go for featured crystals. Some people say basics are better, and so yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much explain it. So, are basics better? Now, it's subjective. It's completely subjective. It's like saying, this is what you should buy in the glory store. Buy it. Like, no, it depends where you're at in the game. It depends what you need in the game. It's the same thing with the opening crystals. So, there's pros and cons to both sides. With the 5-star basic crystals, the main pros are, one, it costs less. So it's 5,000 shards less, which is a lot less, a third of the price. So, taking off the featured. So, yeah, basics cost less, and this means that you're going to be able to open more. Now, opening more basics means you're going to be getting more 5-star champions. More 5-star champions means you're going to increase your roster quicker, which is good. And especially if you're just starting out in the game, you want to amass a big 5-star roster so you can start grinding more arena to get more 5-star shards to amass and more 5-stars. It's a cycle like that, and I completely understand if you want to go that route. That's definitely one route to go with the 5-star crystal, and it can be a good route to go. You build your roster up. You get more champions, and yeah, that's cool. Another good reason is because you're opening more crystals, you're going to be duping more champions. That means you're going to get more 6-star shards, and you'll get more 6-star champions faster, right? Also, that's good. More 6-star champions means more arena time, and all this is really good. And yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you want to go that route, that's good for you. Go ahead. But let's say you're not a newer champion. You have a lot of 5-stars already to grind the arena with, and you could say, well, yeah, but I don't have all the 5-stars. I want to keep getting more and more for arena, and yeah, that argument will still work. But now the argument for the featured crystals is, well, how I like to see it is, take it from me, because I've probably opened more featured crystals, 5-star crystals, than I have basic 5-star crystals. So I know what I'm talking about. I used to always get the featured 5-star crystals when it was for a specific champion. The way it used to work is when a new champion came out. So right now, Mr. Sinister just came out. So how it would work is, for 7 days, I think it was 7 days on when they would first come out, there would be a featured crystal, like with the Blade crystal right now, how you have a 20% chance at Blade here. It would be a 20% chance at Mr. Sinister right when they came out, and they do that with every single new champion. And then months from that first point, the crystal would come back for 14 days, I think it was, and you could do it again. But they don't do that anymore. Blade is just a special reason that they did that, because a lot of people opened the Blade crystal last year, so they're like, let's bring back Blade Day, And I don't, Blade, he's not the best champion in the game anymore. So I mean, that's probably another reason why they brought it back, because it's okay if they get Blade now. He's not that crazy anymore. It's not a Corvus crystal, so yeah. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these feature crystals. I've opened up a lot of them, and I still open them. And so here's the argument in favor of opening feature crystals. Yes, it costs more, but it can definitely be worth the cost, because nowadays you can't target one specific champion, which is a setback, I'd say, for sure, which is unfortunate, because I mean, that system was very good, man. You could just save up shards for when a really good champ came out. Boom, you get that champ. Like when I had a Science Awakening gem, and when Void first came out, boom, I opened up 2 of those crystals. Boom, I had myself a Void. I finally had use for my Science Awakening gem, and yeah, man, I had Void like the day he came out. Like the day came out officially. I had him in the content creator program, but yeah, when he came out officially, I had him that day, man. So it's kind of an overpowered system, you could argue. That's the way Caban felt. People were getting this new champs too easy, and I think it's fair, because Since then, the new champions that Kabam has come out with have been a lot better. And that's why I think these featured crystals are worth it even more now. Because yes, with the 5-star crystals, you know, there's the pool, I believe, is about 111 champions right now. So if you're targeting, let's say, 3 champions that just got added, that's a 3 out of 111 chances, man. That's not very good odds. And yeah, good luck pulling those new champions that you want, right? I still have never even pulled like a magic. I've never even duped my Star Lord from those 5-star basics, man. But with the featured, there's always the 6 newest champions in these featured crystals. And like I said, the new champions that Kabam has been making have been very good. So it's worth the extra 5-star shards to go for these newer champions because they are so good. And I think well, someone could argue that, you know, a new player, they need to be focused on getting more 5-stars. And I would argue with, personally, if I'm a new player, I don't care how many 5-stars I have. I could have 50 5-stars. They could all be trash. And I have no one to use my Tier 2 Alpha on. I have no one to use my Tier 5 Basic on when I finish Act 5. Yeah, I don't care how many 5-stars I have. I care how many good 5-stars I have, right? I'd rather have 5 5-stars and 2 of them be really good than have 50 5-stars and they all just be trash. I'd rather have the 5 that are just 2 are good and 2 are really good. You know, I don't care about the other 3, but you just, when you're a new player, you want at least one good 5-star to invest those materials into, right? So that's why I think the featured crystals are so good. And I mean, they can be hit or miss. They can definitely be hit or miss. But I think what you should do is really save your shards for a good crystal that comes. You want to wait for a good crystal. And now again, it's subjective what's a good crystal to you based on the awakening gems you have. Because obviously getting the champs is only the first step. You will probably want to have them awakened. So yeah, it depends on the awakening gems that you have. And B also depends on the other champions in the crystal pool, because there'll be the 6 new champions, and of course you want them, but there's going to be 18 other champions in these pools, so you want to wait for one with, again, good champions for your roster based on the awakening gems you have, and just also maybe the class catalysts you have, if those are a big thing for, you know, you're waiting to get your first good 5-star, you have a lot of class catalysts in a certain class, who knows, but yeah, it depends on those factors. And if you wait for the right pool, a pool that would just be very perfect for your account based on the sub featured and the 6 featured, like you can really just strike gold, man. And you know, people say, I've been getting comments like, well, this is easy because you had Corvus or something like that, or you just say that because you have a Corvus, right, or stuff like that. Like, yeah, I have a Corvus, but you know, I fought tooth and nail to get my Corvus, man. I came back to the game, I really wanted Corvus, so I just grinded arena as much as possible, and I just opened featured after featured after featured, trying to pull Corvus, man. That's what I had to do. I bought offers where there's a chance of Corvus. I bought those offers. I tried to get Corvus, man, because I kept hearing he's one of the best champions in the game. I saw crazy gameplay, so I wanted this champion, and I finally, I opened like 6 featured crystals. Got nothing really very good. I'm like, alright, I'm going to save all my shards for Comic-Con, and then I'm going to have Brian Grant open them up, because at the time he had some crazy 5-star luck. And I saved up, I think, enough for 2 featured crystals, and he opened the first one, I think it was a Psylocke. He opened the second one, boom, he pulled me that Corvus, man. So now, finally had myself a Corvus, and the featured crystals paid off. Now, of course, you can just completely miss on the features, and it feels really bad when you're paying 15,000 shards, 5,000 extra shards, but man, when it pays off, man, when it really pays off, you get that champion you wanted, it feels so good, and then you can put your resources into them. You can feed that awakening gem you've been holding on to for so long. You can feed those sig stones that are in the overflow. You can feed them that tier 2 alpha that's in the overflow. You can feed them your first tier 5 basic, right? So I just think that the featured 5-star crystals are good. again, just because the new champions Kabam are releasing are so darn good these days, man. Like Havoc, he's been crazy. Every new 5-star champion, or not just any new champion that Kabam has been releasing, seems to have a specific use somewhere in the game, except for like Diablo and Night Thrasher. Those are 2 were duds, but yeah, most of the new champs, man, they got something special, and they all seem to have really good prestige, which is becoming very important once again with Map 7. So, again, another upside to going for these new champions. That prestige is very nice. At the end game level, everyone wants to be over 10,000 prestige these days, and even more. It's a race to get over like 10,500 prestige, which is quite hard to do. So, yeah, man, these new champions are very desirable, and if you don't have the units to buy the GMCs, you don't have the time to grind arena. It's the way to go to get these new champs, man. That's what I've been doing, and I think it's the way to go. So, yeah, for me now, I think what I'm going to be doing is saving up all my 5-star shards for the next 44 days and 15 hours 8 minutes until the next featured crystal comes, and it should have Diablo, Thing, Havoc, Mr. Sinister, Captain Marvel, and Nick Fury as the 6 featured champions, and hopefully the sub-featured champions are good as well. And yeah, then I'm going to open up all those crystals and hopefully pull some of the features. If I could pull Captain Marvel or Nick Fury or Havoc, Thing, Mr. Sinister, hopefully not Diablo, but if we pull him as a new champion. But yeah, I think that's why features are the way to go if you want to go the route of getting good 5-star champions over getting more 5-star champions. I really think that's what it comes down to. And of course, you can pull the good 5-star champions from the 5-star pool, but with the featured, you're just paying for better odds. Because if you look at it this way, let's say you're targeting Symbiote Supreme. So in the featured crystal, you got a 1 in 24 chance of pulling him. In the basic pool, you have a 1 in 111 chances of pulling him. That's like 4 times better in the featured pool, and you're only paying 50% more. So it's worth it if you do the math. You think about it that way. When you put it down to the odds and the costs, it's worth it for the probability of pulling that specific champion. It is worth it, man. It's more than worth it if you really do the math. So I really think that's the breakdown, and I hope my thoughts came out in ways that everyone understood it. But yeah, that's why I personally like featured crystal. I'm not saying it's better than basic. It's your account. You go with whatever you want to do. That's the great thing about this game is there's choices, there's options. I'm just sharing my opinion, and this is my account. So if I want to open up featured crystals, I'm gonna do that all day long. And also, I think it's just more enjoyable to watch featured crystals. So that's why I like the whole YouTube aspect of it. I think it's just more enjoyable, especially when the new featured crystals come out. So that stream was a lot of fun opening up those new ones. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys are going to be going for features, if you guys are going to be saving your shards, or if you're just going to keep opening basics. So yeah, it's going to do it. And like I said, if you are going to go the feature route, I think it's really smart to save up about at least 60k shards and go for a feature crystal that works good for you. Based on what you need, what you want. And yeah, it's going to do it. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, thumbs up, share it with your alley mates, share it in those line groups. Yeah, subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. Peace.